What's going on, guys? It's Matt here, back again. If you are new to the channel, I am an area manager for a medical device company, and kind of new to the game. Definitely not a veteran by any means, but I did want to, give you sort of insight into the industry to try and either help you get hired in it or try and do a better job for your customers, your patients, and the people that you provide for. If you are returning, thanks again. You are the reason why I do what I do and come back and, loving every minute of this. I get to talk to you guys on the phone. I get to keep a good relationship with you. So that is the reason why I do this. So without further ado, the title is kind of funny, but I did want to give, good insight into what you can do to not get fired in a medical device position. I got 10 tips here for you that are going to help you hopefully overcome this. Getting let go in a position is something that nobody wants to go through. Sales positions typically have a higher turnover rate than some other companies do, just due to the fact that you have to perform to sort of keep in the game. Think of sales as more like, professional athletes. They get hired because they want to do a certain job. They hire them because they can do a certain job, and if they don't perform, you got to let them go, unfortunately. But there is many things that you can do to help your chances of this not happening and making yourself, quote unquote, unfireable. Number one, and these are in no particular order, is be in accounts at all times. So essentially at least once a week, depending on the specialty that you're in. Because when you go in there, you show face to your accounts, they remember who you are. It makes it harder for them to, forget you. So if your company comes to you and they say, they want to let you go, the accounts might be unhappy. This is something that might help you in that regard. And also, if you're in front of your accounts every single day, it also means that you're doing your job. And that you're, in front of them all the time. So you probably will have a higher number than someone that isn't in their accounts all the time. So number two is make sure that they rely on you. Most medical device reps are, relied upon to do their job, whether they're getting operating room equipment, implants, wound care, whatever the fact may be. The people are relying on you to get it for them. So make sure that you don't set up processes where, they don't have to use you, or, your position can essentially be forgotten, etc., because that is not going to go well for you. So number three is going to always be growing in some aspect, some way, shape, or form. Whether this is going to be getting more geography, whether this is going to be getting more customers in the geography, whether this is going to be picking up different product lines, always be doing something so that you're expanding in some way, shape, or form, so that when companies look at you, they can see that there's growth in some way, shape, or form coming from you. So the next one is going to be help out the company and be a mentor to younger reps. So whenever the company asks you to do something, you should always be a yes man and do it, and try not to complain. Because when the company looks at you, they're going to see that you're a stand-up individual. You always help them out. It's going to be much harder for them to, terminate you by any means if they had to. So always be thinking about that. Always lend a helping hand. So the next one is going to be an absolute expert on your product. So whatever you're selling, make sure that if a surgeon or a physician asks you any question on it, you can riddle it off just like that. Because even that split second of you thinking about something for even that split second, that physician's going to not be trusting your credibility. So make sure that you are completely up to date and can answer any question that they would ask you. And especially if you don't know the answer to something, don't try and just make it up. Tell them that you'll get the answer for them shortly. So the next one is going to be do more than your competition. Essentially what this could mean is waking up earlier at 4 a.m., staying out later, doing more work, just overall increasing the volume of work that you are doing in comparison to what your competition is doing. Because if you can do this time and time again and outwork your competition, you're going to get a better result. So the next one is going to be never say no to your customers. So if a surgeon asks you something, they call you in the middle of the night, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you get this? Never tell them no. Because the times when you can get them things when they're really in need of it, they're going to remember it way more than something that was elective and easy to get. They're going to think in the back of their mind and be like, oh, I need Matt. Like, he did this for me in this certain aspect that's really important to me, that meant a lot. So, your companies are going to know this. That's probably going to increase your volume from that certain person. It's going to make it a lot harder for these companies to sort of part ways with you when you're very, very close to your customers. And second to last, always work like you're on a PIP. So a PIP is a performance plan that is essentially lined out, to increase your performance before a company lets you go. I always like to, do my job always on 100 because, I always like to just tell myself that I'm working on a PIP. Like, this is the last 2 months. I got to get this done. I got to get this up and over. It's a mentality that maybe will change for me in the coming years when I've been in this for 10 plus years, but especially when I'm so young in it, it's always something that's very important to me and something that I try to strive for so I can be the best that I can. So the next one is going to be have check-ins with your boss. So I like to do monthly meetings with mine, check in, go over accounts, see what I've done and which ones, what have I done to grow, what have I gotten new, because that shows your boss at least that you are engaged, that you're trying, that you're doing things new. So, they may be more than likely to not put you on the chopping block, so to speak, if just your number is down. So those are 10 things for you to, improve your chances of not getting let go in this field. Everybody that I have seen that has given it their all has not been, let go in this field. They've done well. They've done exceptionally well because this job does reward performance and it rewards hard work. So if you have a question, reach out to me on LinkedIn, email, message me. I'd be more than happy to message you. My time is getting a little bit more, I don't want to use the word valuable, but it's harder to do calls with people now, unless they're dedicated coaching calls, but I'm going to try my best. All right, take care.